Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're going to look at 5 players who I think are really good differentials for us to break the template, right? So this is not to say that the template isn't good, but if we want to gain an edge over others, we do have to consider some differentials, right? Some players that others aren't looking at to kind of gain rank on them, right? So the threshold we're looking at is less than 10%, right? And we're going to go straight into this video. Of course, if you do enjoy it, please help me out and give it a like. Subscribe if you are new around here. Okay, so we're gonna go with Phil Foden first, and the reason why I've chosen him, of course, is because a lot of people haven't chosen him. He's at 8 mil right now, ownership at 7.8 mil, and the reason why a lot of people aren't going for him is because Haaland has come in now, and that is going to impact Foden's role, right? Because Haaland is going to take the number 9 spot, and Foden is then probably going to shift to the left, right? And that obviously isn't good from an FPL perspective, but what I want to remind everyone is how attacking Foden is. Right, and there were many times last season he did play in the left wing and he still got us returns, right? Still got us goals, still got us assists, right? And let's not forget as well that Manchester City is a really very attacking team, right? They when they win teams, they don't just win by 1 or 2, they really just go all out, and maybe 5 or 6 goals is totally not out of the ordinary, right? So when we talk about Man City, they can get a lot of goals, and any attacker in essence is a good pick, right? And if you take a look at Foden, last season, he got a total of 22 shots across the whole season, 9 goals, expected goals per 90 of 0.34. And if you consider that across the whole season, he gets a goal every 3 games, right? So that is really, really good. And he created 40 chances in total, 6 assists, and expected assists per 90 of 0.34, right? So really, on the whole, last season was a really good season for Foden. I think I do not need to say this. You guys already know that Foden is a good player, and how Pep is going to integrate Haaland in the team would affect how attractive Foden is as an asset. But what I do think is that Foden would still get a lot of returns the next coming season. And also, we do have to consider him if we are looking for differential picks to kind of gain rank on others, right? His ownership is only 7.8%. And if you take a look at his fixtures, he's really, really good, right? Game week 1 to game week 5, really not much difficult fixtures there at all, right? And in fact, they play 2 of the newly promoted sides, right? In game week 2, they play Bournemouth at home, and game week 5, they play Nottingham Forest at home, right? So really good fixtures for them, and every chance that Foden could really, really get off to a good start in the new season. Right, so the next player I want to talk about is Mason Mount, right? And I really, really like this differential pick, right? He's only 9.8% owned, which I feel is massively underlooked, right? He's got a good, decent run of fixtures in the starting few game weeks, and he ended the season really, really well. The previous season, he scored a total of 11 goals, got 11 assists as well, and he ended the season on a high, right? And if you take a look at his preseason performance, he just got a banger against Everton as well. Right, so really the Mason Mount that ended the season is probably the Mason Mount that is going to start the coming season, right? But the only thing we do have to consider is how Chelsea is going to change their formation moving forward, right? So obviously Lukaku has left now, right? But Chelsea still has not bought a striker, right, or a main attacker, right? We still have Havertz and Werner, right? So if you take a look on the whole, Chelsea is probably still going to play with mainly a false 9 formation up top, right? And that obviously is going to give Mason Mount a lot of chance to advance and get into attacking positions where he got and where he did so well last season, right? So every chance that Mason Mount could perform really well in the starting few game weeks against Everton, maybe a tougher fixture against Tottenham, but they have Leeds after that, Leicester at home, and Southampton away. Really not difficult fixtures at all. So if we're looking for a differential pick, Mason Mount is definitely one we do have to consider as well. So next up, we have a controversial one. We have Anthony Martial, right? So hear me out, okay, guys? So his ownership right now is 3.8%, right? So obviously a differential, right? It's priced at 7 mil and he's listed as a forward as well. But the reason why he's in here is not because of his previous season performance, right? Obviously that is horrible because last season he didn't play very well and he went off to Sevilla on loan instead, right? But the reason why he's in this list is because he started 3 preseason games and he scored in all 3 of those games, right? So really, really good start for him, right? And he also said in a press conference of how he's very happy to be at Manchester United right now and he's happy to compete, right? So being in this mindset as well could really help him to perform well at the start of the season as well. Right, and of course, there is talk as well that Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United, right? So if that really does happen and Martial ends up being the number 9 for Manchester United, then there's every chance that this differential pick could be the differential pick of the 2022-23 season, right? So 3.8% owned. Do not overlook Anthony Martial, right? We keep a lookout for his coming games as well, and how Ten Hag also continues to modify the Manchester United team. But as of now, it looks really good, right? And it looks good for Martial as well, right? So every chance that he could be a good differential pick come the new season. So the next player on the list is ZINCHENKO, and of course he's in an Arsenal jersey, and that's because as of recording, Fabrizio Romano has said that it's a here we go ZINCHENKO to Arsenal, right? So the ownership right now for him is at 2.1%, and he is 5 mil listed as a defender, right? But there is a lot of talk surrounding how in Arsenal he could be playing in the midfield, right? And if that does happen, right, we know how naturally attacking ZINCHENKO is. Even when he was playing as a left back for Manchester City, he did always bomb forward and provided that attacking outlet up front as well, on the left, right, swinging in crosses and occasionally getting goals as well, right? So if he does play in the midfield, there's every chance that he could be more attacking as well, right? And if that does happen, that is FPL gold, right? We're looking at a player who's playing out of position. He could get clean sheet returns, but also a good attacking return potential there as well, right? So really, ZINCHENKO, if this move does happen, right, which Fabrizio Romano has already said is a here we go, a lot of people are going to start jumping on ZINCHENKO, right? But as of now, he is 2.1% owned, right? And I do feel like he is probably going to rise in ownership. So probably one of the better differential picks in this list, if you ask me. So the last player on this list is Leon Bailey, and honestly, he is the spiciest differential of all, right? He's 1.7% owned right now, right? And the best part is he's only 5 mil, right? So if we are going for a lot of premiums like Salah, Haaland, and Kane, right, then obviously Bailey can fill that midfield spot, right, as a budget enabler for us, right? And on top of this, he has started all 3 of the preseason games for Aston Villa, and I've watched through the tapes as well, and he's played really, really well, right, very far forward as well. And Medicash, who plays on the right as well together with him, right, pushes really far forward, and what that does is push Bailey further forward as well together with the strikers, right? That's what we want, right? We want a midfielder who plays really far forward to get us those goals as well, right? And attacking returns essentially, right? So Bailey is a really good option for us, and if you take a look at his first 3 fixtures, it's really good. Yes, it could get tougher from then on, but if you take a look at his price, it's just 5 mil, right? So we can't expect too much for him, but for 5 mil, his potential to return is really great, right? So Bournemouth in game week 1, Everton in game week 2, Crystal Palace in game week 3. Right, so every chance that Bailey could just end up in my team as well, right, as a budget enabler for us, right? And there is also talk of how Bailey can rival Neto as the defensive, the budget pick in the midfield, right? So I'll leave you guys to debate whether you want to go for Bailey or Neto. But if you ask me, I do feel like to save that 0.5 mil, those of you who want to save that money can go for Bailey, right? So all in all, these are the 5 players that I think are really good differentials. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of these picks, right? Would you go for them? Am I missing any other differential picks that could really be spicy differentials and kind of give us that edge against our mini league rivals, right? But for now, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Of course, give it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Bye-bye.